Hello everyone, welcome back again to Spiritual Growth Tarot and Astrology. I'm Denise and this is our weekly reading for all things Trump. We're going to be going from, or I'm going to go, well, my guides, we're all doing this together. Can't do it without them. So we're going from Sunday, July 30th through Saturday, August 5th. So meanwhile, sending out big hugs, tons of love to you guys, as always. Okay, let me change out cameras here. I'll be right back. Okay, so I pulled out the cards from last week to see, in hindsight, what they were trying to teach us, and I'm actually pretty amazed. So, of course, this has always been my Jack Smith card since he, jumped on the scene. My Merrick Garland card, and we can see by the four corners here that the child card did, normally I start at the left-hand corner and go around, but this time I think maybe I should have started over here to go this way, because the child card is about something new, and it's literally new charges, new court proceedings, this could be indictment, right? Because he has papers in his hands, and it precedes a jury trial. And it could be that there are new trials or new indictments coming down given to Trump that'll be very, very restrictive, could land him in prison. I don't know who this lady is, unless that it happens to be, I do honestly think that it is Aileen Cannon, because she's the right age for this card. Aileen Cannon, who will be, looking at restrictions because of the risk she would put upon her career. And, we can read in layers, right? So just an overview, this would not only be her, Aileen Cannon's reputation, but also anyone else who tried to help Trump. This turned out to be my Mar-a-Lago card, just like I thought. And, of course, the soul journey that Trump's on, but also what's hanging over Jack Smith is to look at all the comings and goings of the, everything at Mar-a-Lago and Bedminster, right? I got that weeks ago, that there will be an indictment that comes attached to Bedminster, because we have the cards here. Here's the change card, the travel to and from, and this card Knights Together. Something from Mar-a-Lago. I think this is probably Walt Nada, because, and this could be our stand-in card for that other guy, what's his name? Carlos de Oliveira. Those two guys are in they're in a pickle. As Debbie over at Freebird Spirit would say, they're in quite a pickle. But this other guy, employee number 4, who was an IT man that was asked to delete, this would be our server here, but also painful loss, painful ending for Trump, because of now there's this restriction. So Jack Smith is like ratcheting everything down. But this would be the IT man that works for Trump at Mar-a-Lago right here. I still don't know who this mature woman is, but it'd be somebody backing up, it could be Liz Cheney, backing up Jack Smith. But this could be a stand-in card for secrets, because she's a confidant, okay? So it doesn't have to be a person. That's the thing, is these people cards, they don't have to be people. Just to reiterate, this is creative wealth. This is ambitious wealth. Okay, creative wealth being the privileged lady, in case you're listening and not looking. Ambitious wealth being ambitious working wealth, being the number 13 wealthy man. The number 6 card, mature woman, can be a confidant of secrets. And the mature man could be somebody who's very supportive in physical ways, not necessarily holding secrets. But, could be. And when it comes to the structure of the people, this is usually, like the mom and the dad and the sister and the brother, right? You could easily see that. The only other 2 cards that are not here is the main woman and man. So we have all these players, these people cards and players. And to recap from last week, this would be, I would say, Walt Nauta and that Carlos de Oliveira, who work for Trump at Mar-a-Lago, and holding secrets for him from Jack Smith, but Jack Smith is moving forward with a great, great fortune of gifts to drop down on Trump, gifts that he won't like, but, gifts that have to do with his risky behavior. And, hold on, turn on my ceiling fan here. Come on. Oh my goodness, there, okay. So, bottom line, there was so much over here that was telling. I mean, and this is Friday. We still have today and tomorrow to finish out this reading. And I'm going to shuffle the cards back in and start over, but, for next week. But if we see the Lovers here tying up to the reputation of these workers for Trump, Walt and Carlos, we can see their loyalty. These are the two loyalties. And then we have, I think a long-term strategy also that Jack Smith has been working hard at. So that's the thing with the layers. I could read this from Jack Smith's perspective, but also from these people at Mar-a-Lago, working at Mar-a-Lago. And that's what's been weighing down on Jack Smith, is he needs to prove that. And I think that he will, because he's up here in this, of course he'll prove it, because the IT guy, which is employee number 4, who is unnamed, he is not, he's not in trouble. And he's the one that said, okay, so the other guy said the boss wants the server deleted. That's all on video, right? And then the employee number 4, the IT man, says, I'm not deleting anything. And on another level too, we have, with these two travel cards here and Jack Smith in the middle, I do think that, so here's Jack Smith in control of the contents of the server. The coffin card in the Lenormand or the Kipper can be, whenever I get this in a personal reading and they work in an IT, I'm always, is this something to do with the server, right? Because it's a box. So, a box that holds precious, content of some type. On the literal level. On the Trump level, it's his painful loss. But, he could be imprisoned for the fact that he's asking for information to be deleted that was asked for it was requested from the National Archive Records Administration, and after the FBI, or before the FBI search warrant came through. Yeah, it turns out there were 8 total indictments, all included, I think, in that very first FBI search. They just didn't say anything about that. But they were unsealed, because they were sealed and now they're being unsealed. One was for there's a couple more for Mar-a-Lago, and then there was that one for Bedminster, and there's Doral, right? There's that. There's all these places that Trump frequents that Jack Smith could still bring through as a new, it's his old strategy, but a new indictment. This is now our indictment card. So, and another thing, I decided that it's very easy. If we get this card again, besides, being about foreign, this is our card that rules, film and video, because it's ruled by Neptune. So I'll have to keep that in mind in the future. But anyway, the other thing that was really interesting had to do with let me go ahead and just start putting these back in, had to do with I watched Lawrence O'Donnell this morning, as I always record him, you know. So they were saying, he was reading from the indictment, and there's a tunnel. Remember when I read a long time ago about the tunnel under Mar-a-Lago, from the beach to Mar-a-Lago? Well, it turns out there's a tunnel from the security guard booth to the storage room where all the documents are. You know, and you could imagine that Trump wanted to protect all those things that he had stolen, wanted to have a camera on it. But, yeah, anyway. Yeah. And those surveillance cameras, they were right there covering that storage room and the whole ground floor basement, and yeah. So that's not good for Trump at all. God. All the while, Trump was, and this is the other thing that came through, I think on another channel, might have been Alex, I can't remember her last name, but anyway, the one that does the Tuesday through Friday for Rachel, used to be Rachel's spot. You guys will probably remember her name. She's cute. I love her. Anyway, Hillary's server. It was all about Hillary's server. All these things to do with Hillary's server. It's like, what? That's all he's been doing, is just projecting all this time. Well, we knew that. That's no surprise. Okay, so this one will be for July 30th through August 5th. And I might even use the other if you guys don't mind things being too long. I can always timestamp these, but it's easy nowadays to kind of scroll forward. You can either double click or double tap and go forward 10 seconds. Or you could speed it up and my voice will sound like a chipmunk. I've heard people do that just for fun. Okay. What will Trump's experience be Sunday, July 30th through Saturday, August 5th? What will be coming down the pike for him? Donald John Trump. July 30th, 2023 to August 5th, 2023. Oh, and his astrological transits look awful. I just, named a couple things in the community section post. If I would have gone into all the other ones, it would have been like writing War and Peace. I could do it in a video, but I might if I get time for that. Okay. Trump's right there. All right. Okay, so let me just get the cards laid out first before I go trying to figure out what they mean. Because they're meant to be read together. I mean, you can draw one or two cards, but it doesn't necessarily give you the full picture of the story, because the connecting and touching cards, the touching and the knighting cards are really important. They give meaning to each card. They play off of each other. It kind of like when you're reading a sentence. Okay, well, that's interesting. Trump has some control right there over his restriction. Oh yeah, if he tries to maybe make his way to Saudi Arabia. Jack Smith is here, if I were to keep going. With some more sad news for Trump. Well, that's interesting. Yeah, stolen documents. Okay, but then we do have our documents card. This would also be our card for videos, because it's all communications. Phone calls, text messages, emails, and anything on video. It's just they didn't have videos in those days, or text, or email. But hey, there could have been a little note. Remember Trump used to eat his he was caught eating paper. He had some little note to somebody to do something. He ate it at least once. I think he did it a lot, actually. Okay, so, meetings right in the middle here. That's interesting. Yeah. But I'm going to go with this card first because this is Trump looking towards Aileen Cannon for a gift into the investigation. He wants, changes to be made on top of, this has to do with him moving things around, moving things from all his places, wherever he wants. This is movement to and from. Oh, and here we have, if we read this card as the server at Mar-a-Lago, right? Hold on. That's right there. Okay, so, yeah, his communications of all types will be a gift for this investigation. All this is weighing down on him. And, what's on my card there? And he has control over someone. This is Aileen Cannon. I'm thinking this is Walt Nauta, and he's looking to exert more control. Trump is looking to restrict Walt Nauta. And he's offering him, of course, the gift of counsel. He's offering, and these, they're all, he's been offering that. The cards are just reiterating what I've listened to on the news, that the fact that he's offered legal counsel, attorneys for anybody that would, do his dirty work. And that's paid for out of one of his super PACs. So his, little donations from his crazy followers, his cult, Kool-Aid drinkers are, gotta send those people love. They are funding his attorneys, and then that is offered to Walt Nauta and this other dude, and who knows who else, that Carlos de Oliveira, and who knows who else. And yeah, that's hanging over him, and I think they're going to prove that as well. Right in the center card here, this is our card for teamwork. This is our card for meetings, negotiations, communications. All this is sneaking up behind Trump's back. So I'll just start from over here. His inner circle of loyal people who's been married to the mob. There are meetings documented. Documented, recorded on some device, whether it's audio or video. This is the proof right here for the documents case, but also it could be for, the other cases as well. I mean, we have to remember that Jack Smith sent subpoenas to investigate Trump's inner circle, just regarding the fundraising that they did, because they discovered that he'd taken in about $200 million since the 2020 election, since November of 2020, and for that, few months up until January 20th, 2021. So just that at that tail end, that quarter, that less than last quarter, or about one quarter, took in $200 million. And the reason Jack Smith has been investigating that is because they'll probably be able to get him for wire fraud. Yeah. Okay. So for this week, what we're looking at is what came down last week over here. And maybe this is a part of next week, or maybe this coming week is just a repeat of maybe this coming week is a repeat of this last week that were, especially when things came down last night. Because more is going to come down today, I'm sure. So anyway, his reputation, his reputation and honor, which he never had any, but here's his reputation, is going through a painful loss, as well as all of his assets, and as well as his, these two cards right here are definitely divorce. I don't know if it would be like, what would you call legal divorce, where, Melania would actually divorce him, but she's gone. She's already. So there's that. And these cards knighting together, right? Melania's gone. Now, I wonder if this could be Melania's parents, but then on another level, again, I really want to just hold true to, because who cares about her anyway, right? It's like doing celebrity readings after a while. I mean, I just care about the politics because I want to see justice. Okay, so Merrick Garland and his secrets that are supporting Jack Smith, and all the Trump's quid pro quo, his giving to get, everything that he's done. Yeah. So remember, last week, this card was up here hanging over. I don't remember if Trump even came through, but having it come at that, first card, that was amazing. But this week, it's showing restriction. Well, and also I would say that Walt Nauta and that other dude, Carlos, those guys are going to do some time. I'm sure they are. Yeah, man, I mean, we're talking treason, right? We're talking the whole, and what's his name? General Milley, he'll probably be testifying at some point because he knows what Trump did. He knows what those papers were. He saw those papers, those documents, and then Trump's talking about him on audio tape, or I'm sorry, audio recording, as to, yeah, it's like who had their phone on voice memo, during a recording or during a meeting with Trump. Like, here's the meeting. This would be our card for an audio recording. Yeah, and then hiding. And then this could be too, could be our card for in the basement, because the coffin card, it can definitely be about, under something, in a drawer, in a box, or in a basement. And here we have basement and then our Mar-a-Lago card. So there's something there too. But the travel cards, I think more is going to come out about his inner circle and how they risked for their jobs, for their security, doing whatever Trump said. And all this is coming down on him because he's going to be proven to be, just a mob boss. Not his strategy, not his strategery. Remember George W? Come on. Jeez. The strategy of Trump's inner circle is going to be revealed. That's going to be up and out. Yeah. Okay. So that's good for that one. I am going to use the Visions of Life Tarot. And if you guys, clued in on a bunch of other knighting that I could have done, you guys are so good at the cards. Go ahead and, oops, got these all backwards. I'll figure it out later. Feel free to add your comments because you always catch what I miss. I appreciate it. Okay. So this is this deck here. The last one, in case you're wondering, if you haven't seen it before, is Chiro Marchetti's End of the Century Kipper. There are more cards than in the traditional Kipper. Okay. So, how's Trump feeling? What's going on? Let's see. Let's check into what he's done, what's hanging over him, how he's feeling, and his future. Let's do that. Donald John Trump. Reincarnated Mussolini. What is coming down the pike for you? One more time. Okay. Trump. Oh. I think I'm just going to, well, let's see if they come through again. It's the past. He's losing his mind. He's lost his mind. That ship sailed so long ago, and the spotlight's going to be on him. He's going to be enlightened as to what is known about him, about the past. Yeah, it would probably be this way. No, probably be something like that to tell the story. This is our Sun card. So yeah, Page of Wands is going to come out in the news. Everything about the past is going to come out, or not, maybe not everything, but a lot is going to come out. Yikesity yikes. Okay. Or crikey, maybe as Libby would say over at Meister Tarot. No, she'd probably say firk, firk, firk. And something about a twat. Okay. Donald John Trump. There we go. Hold on. There. Okay. Well, he doesn't have any wisdom. This could be our Biden card. Oh, but look at the book on the guy's lap. I think this is all the wisdom. I think the forces in motion this week is the wisdom that we are going to, the DOJ's wisdom, the Jack Smith's wisdom, that is going to be revealed to us. Oh yeah, and Trump's biggest challenge is that we will be educated as to where the money went, for how long has the money been taken in. Yep. Okay. In the past, he definitely was a terrible fool. He's been apathetic and bored. With the Ten of Cups, even Melania wanted out of there. Remember the bars up here? It's not necessarily the happy family card, is it? Look at the eyeballs looking up at the bars. Yeah, because he's been a big fat bully. I think that Trump, besides being apathetic and bored, I think that if we just go with images, if we just forget about the meanings of these cards and just read the artwork, it's all right there. His bullying, he's not in his authority, he's stressed out to the max. These are court dates coming down on him. And he's going to be kicked out of his little happy nest. What's hanging over him? I would say maybe a whole lot of work being done and gifts being given as to everything that we need to know, all the enlightenment that we need to know about. With the Two of Wands or the Freedom card, I think I know it's a Two of Wands and it has to do with progress, so we could look at it that way, but more, information coming out is what I'm getting, because if I just go with the artwork and forget the word and forget the name of the card, or the card it actually stands for, these to me look like a couple of spies sitting on a bench trying to negotiate something. And acting all cool, but maybe they switch bags and briefcases, or who knows what's in that pizza box kind of thing. Like what's going on there. Okay, with the, yeah, this is what's hanging over him, to be publicly humiliated. I've always gotten that about him, that is something that he needs in order for his whole, karma to come through and to let him get the lesson that he needs. And then in the with this one, I think people see him clearly. And look at this guy's crazy hair. That just so fits the whole thing. Oh, goodness. And we have the Devil card. Oh, actually, I have these up a little too high. Sorry, guys, if that was cutting off. If you're trying to watch with your phone, I know that it can be troubling. Okay. So, bondage. Devil. It's the devil. Oh, no. Okay. Let's do 4 more cards. Future. Yep. Okay. Looks about right to me. Notice this is spelled wrong. That is not how you spell disappointment. It's 1 S and 2 P's, but whatever. It's the Tower card. I doubt he's going to come home and find Melania, getting it on with somebody else, especially one of his big fat attorneys, or some judge. But, she's already gone. And I think that ship sailed a long time ago. But the Tower, destruction, self-sabotage, crisis. Time to buy a vowel and get a clue. A very harsh awakening to help him wake up. This could so something's coming down. This could be a rainstorm, a cloud storm, but with raining indictments. And where he's publicly humiliated. And it could just be that this is progress over his bullying in the past. These cards are very telling. Something new that is shocking about what could be his happy home life. Maybe in this deck, this would be our Mar-a-Lago card. There's that possibility. We could name it that and see what happens in the future. But anyway, in the future here, he's stuck waiting for the crisis. It's hanging over him. The Tower, along with the Hanged Man. Wow. He's stuck. He's not going anywhere. He's tied to that karmic tree. And here we have all the documents, right? All the bribes. Who knows this guy's guilty of so much for this lifetime and his last lifetime. But the deal is he's been pretty much Teflon Don. Well, I don't think so anymore. There's some new information coming down that has to do with money, bribes. And then when you put these 2 cards together, the 8 of Swords, I know we have an image of women's rights and all of that being upside down and that big, burden that he's carrying. But if we did want to look at it that way, and this could be, the Venus sign, well, that would have to do with his money. He does have, he always had good placements between Venus and Saturn. I think both, conjunct in Cancer or close to, I can't remember, which is why I'll bet the only good thing we could say about the guy is he does have prosperity consciousness. Although, he's coming from greed, so then there's the lack. So there's too much discrepancy going on in that head, in that brain. So, but anyway, back to these 2 cards together. When you have the Tower and the 8 of Swords next to each other, or the Death card and the 8 of Swords, or we're talking major self-created prisons with the 8 of Swords, and then with the Tower, self-sabotage, his own self-created prison. This could be an imprisonment card, is basically the short story. And it has to do, especially when you have the, what do we call the Hanged Man here, right? The noose around his neck even. Both of these. These three together really enforce the fact that he's going to go down for some financial crimes, paper trail, transactional. Oh, what, me? I didn't do it. They did it. That kind of thing. But meanwhile, there are recordings and videos, and everyone knows what he has said, and everybody's been recording him. Poor baby. Yeah. He's going to be edumacated this week. Look at those eyeballs. Oh, God. Okay, I'm done. Thanks, you guys, for hanging in there with me. Bye.